Don't expect the JJ McCarthy trade speculation to end anytime soon. ESPN's Jeremy Fowler was on SportsCenter on Sunday. He said the Vikings are still trying to determine whether JJ McCarthy is going to be quarterback 2 or quarterback 3 when the 2026 season begins. I know that JJ was technically QB2 on Saturday because he was the one starting after Kyler Murray was sitting out of the game, along with most of the starters on the Vikings team. JJ and Kyler were splitting reps during joint practices last week against the Ravens. Carson Wentz didn't really get any reps in 7-on-7s or team drills. Neither did Max Brosmer, but obviously Brosmer isn't a threat to be a quarterback 2 this year, at least until injury happens. But it makes me think that the Vikings just know what they're getting in Carson Wentz. And I think that's why we saw JJ McCarthy getting like the reps that he did in Saturday's game, like that 4th and goal at the 1. There were some people saying, why isn't Kevin O'Connell run the ball? Which is a very fair question. We need Kevin O'Connell to start to embrace the run game more, but you're not really gaining a lot by having the run game trying to punch the ball in with Damon Claiborne in that situation. During the regular season, on the goal line, you're probably going to have Jordan Mason, maybe Aaron Jones on the goal line. Damon Claiborne's more of like a, between the 20s kind of guy. So you want to see if JJ McCarthy can execute, getting the ball into the end zone, because Miles Price was wide open. And even though there was a defender in JJ's face with his arms up in the air, if he just took like a little bit off that ball, it would have been a touchdown. And that's just the kind of one speed fastball that we keep hearing about throughout JJ's career, that he just doesn't know how to really layer passes consistently. This is an issue going back to his time at Michigan in college. So it really just makes you think that Kevin O'Connell was just trying to kind of test him. 2 plays before the incompletion to Miles Price even, Ty Felton was running along the back end line, and with a good ball, with good placement to the pylon, JJ would have had a touchdown to Ty Felton. Unfortunately, he kind of just threw it right where Felton was, and he rifled it really, really hard. So it was high, and it was just, it allowed the defender to just get in Felton's way for an incompletion. Even Kevin O'Connell, he brought that up during the press conference after the game on Saturday, that JJ had 2 missed opportunities there. He was being really, really nice with his coach speak, but there were 2 missed opportunities there for JJ. And then Carson Wentz was 9 of 11. Passing in the second quarter, led the Vikings to their only points of the day on that one drive to end the half. He completed passes of 36 yards and 35 yards and 16 yards. Passage Sean Jones down the field. Then the 16-yard pass to Gavin Bartholomew, like that was all yak because it was a screen pass, but it takes like some timing, it takes some patience to allow that play to kind of develop. And Wentz displayed that. There were times last year where JJ McCarthy just didn't, he just doesn't have a lot of patience right now. He's still young. He's still developing. It just seems like he's overthinking everything. And that chaos can kind of bleed into everybody else. Think of like the false start penalties that we saw early in that first drive for the Vikings. Even before that penalty, JJ also had the pass where he sailed the pass over Miles Price's head on that, I think it was first down, play action. Price got open deep down the right sideline, would have been like a 15-yard gain, and JJ, it was just way too high for him. So it just, the composure, the feeling, like we're not expecting QB2 to be a Pro Bowl level quarterback. I think some people think that's what I'm expecting when I criticize JJ. It's just you're expecting the backup quarterback to just execute the offense and make the simple things look simple, feel simple. And if you can make a play or two here and there, awesome. The 50-yard pass, the 50-yard bomb to Ty Felton was awesome by JJ. But unfortunately, he wasn't able to capitalize on that drive because he made that pass to the end line to Felton look hard. He made the Miles Price pass insanely difficult. So it's like every time he flashes this potential, he like follows it up with like a very frustrating level, just something that makes you just think like, man, he just isn't mature enough yet. Like whether it's the 9th, like I guess we don't have to go down that part, but just even just on the football field stuff, it just feels like a lot right now. So I think that a trade could happen because I don't know how he's going to feel if he becomes not just not quarterback one, but if he's quarterback three behind Wentz. Like, I don't think the Vikings actively want to trade him, but if JJ doesn't want to accept being QB3, it may be in the best interest of everybody to trade him. And I do think it would make sense to trade him to the Colts for Anthony Richardson, maybe a player for player trade, maybe swap some late round picks to make that happen. I remember the Vikings were very interested in Anthony Richardson going into the 2023 draft. There was talk that they were going to trade up from 23 all the way to the top 3 or 4 picks to get him before the Colts took him at 4. So like Richardson, he has like all these not intangibles, but height, weight, speed. 6'4", 245 pounds, runs a 4.4 40, rocket arm, not very accurate. However, he could sit and develop without like all the old wounds and everything, the bad blood, just the mistrust maybe of the coaching staff that maybe JJ McCarthy has. Vikings could feel the same way about starting over with another young top 10, top 5 quarterback pick, able to restart without, any bad notion, any bad preconceived, things that have happened over the years. You can wipe the slate clean. Know that everybody holds on to that Kevin O'Connell quote a few years ago where he said that organizations fail young quarterbacks before young quarterbacks fail organizations. However, he did follow that up by saying sometimes that just doesn't materialize and you have a chance to wipe the slate clean. I think we may be getting to that point right now with JJ McCarthy. It's unfortunate. I was defending him a lot throughout the 2025 season, but injuries kind of derailed everything. And honestly, a lot of things that were plaguing him last year continue to plague him throughout training camp, throughout joint practices, and throughout preseason games so far. Hit that subscribe button for more things from the Skol Cole Show. I will see you guys next time.